Okay, ladies and gentlemen, get ready. I am telling you, get ready. We have an explosive. It's time to state unequivocally that the steel neck quotation did not come from the surgeon. Okay, not only that, but it's odd that federal agents were, I would say, too involved at the hospital.
Well, there are a lot of problems with the TPUSA response to Charlie Kirk's assassination. Lying about drones, tearing down the cameras, saying that the police told you to do it, tearing down these cameras, and a lot more.
Candace Owens is now openly implying she has proof that Erika Kirk forced Turning Point USA staff to bury evidence. And this is exactly why Erika is preparing a defamation lawsuit. That's where we're at. This is about pressure, legal fear, and a quiet shift that happened after Candace's private meeting with Erika, a shift her own audience noticed before anyone explained it. Because if nothing was wrong, nothing would have changed. And yet, everything did. One of the first things people clocked wasn't something Candace said, it was what TPUSA stopped doing. Fans noticed shows being paused, planned expose streams quietly scrapped, and messaging suddenly tightening. One viral post put it bluntly, LOL, hey buddy, the TPUSASTAFF called off their own shows, canceled their big expose stream, and instead are sending Erika to go smooth things over with Candace before her investigation completely unravels the organization. Candace is getting to the truth. TPUSA's desperate. Now that's a fan interpretation, but here's why it stuck. Because the private meeting between Erika Kirk and Candace Owens actually happened, and it happened after Candace went nuclear publicly. And that matters. Private meetings don't happen when everyone's confident. They happen when someone thinks exposure could cross into liability. Here's where the tone around Candace shifted, and her audience noticed immediately. Another viral post summed it up this way. It's quite easy to figure out that Candace started accusing TPUSA security, who are private people, and the bar for libel is much lower. They told her they are going to sue her in her private meeting, and now she is backpedaling. This isn't random paranoia. In defamation law, accusing private individuals is far riskier than accusing public figures. You don't need to prove as much. You don't get as much protection. And right after that meeting, Candace's language changed. She didn't stop asking questions, but she stopped drawing direct conclusions the way she had before. That's not a coincidence. That's legal awareness. Erika's aggressive PR push made things worse, not better. Instead of calming things down, Erika went public in a way that felt off. One post that went viral accused Erika of trying to flip the narrative entirely. Erika needs to file a lawsuit against Candace and social media platforms for cyber harassment. Candace is trying to humiliate Erika by creating or spreading false rumors, making unsubstantiated allegations with the potential to harm TPUSA's mission and revenue. Notice what's missing there. No denial of specific claims, no clarification of specific contradictions. Just a broad frame, harassment, harm, revenue. That's not a rebuttal, but a pre-litigation language. And when people sensed that, they didn't back off. They dug in. This is where Candace's supporters argue the real pressure came from.
That there was this big meeting that happened. I confirmed the location with other people that are on Fort Huachuca currently. I can confirm everything with metadata.
There's a picture of Erika Kirk with a ponytail, and from her past. That person matches who I saw at Fort Huachuca in the lobby the night before. And she was with that.
One post claimed Erika came out guns blazing after Candace presented evidence involving a retired military witness who allegedly walked in on a sensitive meeting tied to security and was interrogated afterward. TPUSA looks more guilty by the day.
So I could confirm to you guys that something else that they could have done would have been to at least walk around UVU when they arrived. They didn't. Never did a walkthrough. Well, apparently, and again, I confirmed this with security inside of Turning Point, there somehow happened to be a leak, and so they can't dispute this.
That's internal dissent. Another thread that refused to die involved camera footage. Fans keep pointing out that TPUSA allegedly had multiple camera angles, and none have been released. One post went straight for the jugular. Also, keep in mind that TPUSA has 5 angles of the shot on their own cameras, and that has never surfaced. They bulldozed the scene within 72 hours, and an autopsy was never performed. They know. This happened the moment Charlie criticized Israel. Erika has been all Israel since. But here's the problem for TPUSA. They never neutralized the question. Silence doesn't kill suspicion, it feeds it. Even Candace herself added fuel, whether she meant to or not. She publicly described being advised not to drink water during her meeting with Erika and choosing not to touch anything.
Not know if they were going to be open. I didn't know what Erika's energy was going to be like, if it was going to be more of an argument, if there was going to be legal threats. You guys were telling me not to drink water, so I didn't drink water. Well, I brought my own water, but I didn't drink that water too.
When a high-profile commentator says something like that out loud, it signals fear, not confidence. Then came the digital breadcrumbs. Multiple users started pulling archived tweets showing Erika's past relationships and statements that contradicted what she later said publicly. One thread alleged Erika denied dating in New York, despite appearing on a dating reality show filmed there shortly before meeting Charlie.
When I lived out here, I was here for 5 years. I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was.
Coming in here, just like owning it. Like, I'm really attracted to it. Can I get your number? Like,
Yeah.
How do you text with those nails that long too?
They're real.
I bet you give like a mean back scratch. I mean, I don't even know how long you've been in New York.
Gosh, New York. I moved here 4 years ago.
How old are you? Can I ask you that? All right, I can't.
Another claimed Cabot Phillips, now scheduled to tour for TPUSA, scrubbed evidence of dating Erika, only for it to still exist on the Wayback Machine. Individually, these look like gossip. Together, they look like patterned image control. And that's deadly in a credibility war. A viral Reddit post reframed everything. The theory was simple. Candace didn't back down. She was warned. Candace was probably served a cease and desist. Donations dropped. She was told if they go down, they're taking her with them. But here's why it resonated. Her tone shifted immediately after the meeting. Not quieter, but she instead became more careful. That's what lawyers do. Nick Fuentes, of all people, articulated what a lot of viewers were already thinking. He explained that private meetings aren't for disclosure, they're for deals, and that defamation cases hinge on proving malice.
During the meeting, Candace Owens was threatened. And they told her, if you keep going like this, we have now shown you the evidence. We will sue your pants off for defamation. Let me tell you what happens in a private meeting. It is not disclosure. What happens in a private meeting is a deal is made. That is what happens in private meetings. Private closed-door meetings with lawyers present is for deals. That is where deals are made. Deals that might not be well received by the public. That is where secretive arrangements are made in the shadows where no one is looking.
And that's the core tension right now. If Erika sues, she has to prove Candace knowingly lied. If Candace has proof, even partial, the lawsuit collapses. That's why neither side is going all in publicly. This isn't over, it's paused. Then Candace dropped another grenade, claiming foreign money offers specifically involving Israel and influence over conservative youth organizations.
I said, I am absolutely certain that I did not get this from an obscure source, that BB offered to fund Turning Point to the next level. And it was part of my frustration with that sit down with Alex Clark, where Andrew said, oh, there was not $150 million, that's made up. You know, I told them, Andrew Kovet was my source. Andrew Kovet told me, verbatim, that Bibi Netanyahu offered to take Turning Point to the next level and that Charlie turned that money down. So have the names of people, different ways they're being paid. Some are being paid by PR firms. Too many are being paid by Prager University, which is upsetting to me.
That claim alone ensured this would never stay internal. Because now it's not just about Erika. It's about donors, filings, and audits. One post even claimed Charlie had begun auditing TPUSA finances before his death.
Flags at Turning Point USA. Among the many things I mentioned, Turning Point was missing 3 of the 4 990 forms for their shell companies.
True or not, once that idea enters the conversation, lawyers pay attention. Right now, we're in a standoff. Candace is signaling she knows more than she's saying. Erika is signaling that continued accusations could cross into defamation. TPUSA is tightening messaging instead of opening records. And fans, they're not letting any of it go. The reason this story won't die is simple. If there was nothing to bury, nobody would be this afraid of digging. I'm not here to tell you who's guilty. I'm here to tell you why this is escalating instead of resolving. And that's usually the sign of pressure happening behind closed doors. If Erika files that lawsuit, everything changes. If Candace drops receipts, everything changes. Either way, this isn't done.